Hello, my name is Lauren Wishek, and I am a teacher with DC Public Schools at C.W. Harris Elementary School. For weeks 8 and 9 of the Social Studies Learning Plan, we will continue learning about geography in order to answer the compelling question, where do we come from? You'll respond to the compelling question by creating a family tree and writing one paragraph reflecting on the experience of crafting your tree. But first, let's think about the compelling question, where do we come from? I know that we're creating a family tree, so I'm already thinking about how part of where I come from is my family. I'm also thinking about where I grew up and where my other family members grew up, because that's usually how I answer the question, where are you from? Next, let's think about supporting question 1, what is a family tree? You will spend 2 days exploring this question. On the first day, you will learn what a family tree is by analyzing 2 sources. This first text defines the term family tree for us and gives us an example of a family tree. Listen as I read the short text aloud to you. A family tree is a chart that shows your ancestors, your family's past and current members like your parents, grandparents, and great-grandparents. Most family trees include a box for each person, and each box is connected to others to show when each person lived and who they lived with. Each level of the tree shows a different generation. So when I look at this picture, I see exactly what the text was explaining. I see family members on the tree like father, mother, grandfather, and grandmother, and I see lines connecting them. I see lines from the creator to their parents, and from each of the parents to the grandparents. I also see the generations that the text is talking about. All of the great-grandparents are in a row, all of the grandparents are in a row, and the parents are in a row. These rows represent the different generations. Keeping in mind everything that we just learned in the first text, you will read the second text, Your Family Tree, to yourself to learn more about the features of family trees. On the second day, you will use what you learned in the 2 texts to answer some questions. You may need to skim the texts again to refresh your memory before getting started. I want to draw your attention to the second question, which says, without anyone else's assistance, sketch a rough draft of your family tree below. Remember that this rough draft will eventually become the chart that you turn in for your performance task, so take your time here. Next, let's think about supporting question 2, how do I gather information for my family tree? I know that I need to edit my rough draft of my family tree from yesterday, so this sounds like it's going to be really helpful for me. As I read the provided excerpts from the text Design Your Family Tree by Amy Jane Levitt, I'm going to be looking for things I can do to improve my own family tree. After reading through the source, you will brainstorm interview questions to ask of your caregiver. When doing this brainstorm, I want to remind you that there were example questions on page 8 and 9 of the packet. You can use some of these questions or come up with your own. If you can, sit down with an adult and ask them the questions you came up with. This will better prepare you to answer the compelling question, where do we come from? Now it's time to put all your new knowledge and practice into this unit's performance task. Remember, you're going to create your own family tree. You will revisit your rough draft from day 2 and use it along with your family tree interview, if possible, to complete a final draft of your family tree in the blank space here. Then you will write a 1-paragraph reflection on your experience crafting your family tree here. When reflecting on your experience, think about what went well and what didn't go well. Did you learn anything new about your family? Did you enjoy the experience? You can include your thoughts on those questions or other reflections in your paragraph. Thank you for your hard work, and I know that both your teacher and I appreciate your effort.